Did you know that Thor: The Dark World, those scenes where they are on the like weird planet where Loki dies, those are all filmed on location. They went off planet.
Wow.
Yeah.
Did you know that when Loki turns into Captain America, they actually filmed that with Chris Hemsworth as Chris Evans, and it was a deep fake?
Wow.
Wow.
Did you know that in Thor: Love and Thunder, Chris Hemsworth is going to show his
Dude hangs dong? Wow. This is the Best Boys Podcast. Welcome back to another episode. Well, this week has been a big-ish week.
I mean, we actually have stuff to talk about.
Yeah, well, we have news things to talk about and content. More importantly, because news is news. E3, meh. Who cares? Video games, meh. But
Just make your gamers in the chat.
the mouse is in the house, and by that I mean Disney Plus has a new show called
Loki.
Loki.
Yeah, first episode of Loki's out.
It is Wednesdays.
And
Premiering on Wednesdays.
when this one drops, will be the same day as episode 2. We're gonna talk about the premiere. And we're gonna talk about
episode 1 only.
Stuff we've seen, and then we probably won't talk about it much until it's over.
Yeah.
Because then we'll have a whole episode.
Unless
dedicated.
something big happens.
We will talk
yeah.
about big reveals or anything like that.
Okay, so I forget if it was a director, producer, just someone involved. Maybe it was even Kevin Feige. Said, and this is the worst thing that they could say, especially post WandaVision. And they even said, I'm not trying to start a bunch of fan theories. I'm not trying to create false speculation. But everything that all the types of cameos that you've expected from the past 2 Marvel Disney Plus series are getting ramped up in this.
Well, they also said, one of the creators specifically said Mephisto is not in it.
Oh, that's cool. That's good. Well, especially good.
Which also could be a mislead.
True, but when they were at the very beginning, when they were in that church with that little girl and she pointed to the stained glass of Satan, I was like, oh no, Mephisto.
That trailer, that imagery was in the trailer. It was her and Owen Wilson standing in front of that, but people were like, look at the window. It's Mephisto.
It's Mephisto.
Which is way more on the nose than any of the stuff people were pulling out of their butts for WandaVision.
Yeah, I mean, I'm honestly down with Mephisto content or as a character in any part of the MCU. I don't care when and where because I don't have an attachment to that character, but I do think he's a cool character. That being said, I think we're meant to believe that, spoiler alert, at the end of episode 1, we find out Loki is the antagonist of this series.
And I have some theories about that.
Protagonist. Yeah, I think we're going to see a lot of different versions 100%. Of Loki.
I think the one we see at the end of episode 1 is Lady Loki.
Oh.
And I think she will be revealed to be a character. And I think my theory for the whole season is that it's going to be revealed that the TVA is doing stuff that isn't right.
Yeah, I think it's
with them picking and choosing what can happen and stuff. Like I think they're gonna. It's kind of a like one true power type weird situation.
Yeah,
and I think
even if it's for the good, it's not.
Yes. And I think Lady Loki discovered that and is trying to dismantle it.
Interesting. So do you think Owen Wilson could end up being our antagonist?
Yes. I'm not sure.
Very
but
interesting.
I think it's possible.
Yeah. Or maybe his boss is the antagonist.
Yeah. Whoever's above it, and he's just trying to...
He's just doing his job.
And then I think so Lady Loki, there was one chick that was seen on set a bunch, blonde, wearing very Loki garb, so everybody's assuming she's Lady Loki. Richard E. Grant, that famous English actor.
Never heard of him.
You've heard of him.
No, I've never.
You've heard of him, and I'll pull up a picture. No. But he is all but confirmed to be Old Man Loki.
Very cool.
There are rumors of Kid Loki as well.
I remember Kid Loki is probably definitely because before we had any real information, we knew that there was a casting call for a younger than a teenager. Never seen him.
Really?
No. Never heard of him.
Okay.
I've heard of Ulysses E. Grant.
Yeah, same guy. He's in Rise of Skywalker.
No, probably haven't seen that.
Okay, we're done. But yeah, there's a lot going on. Owen Wilson carried every scene he was in. I love Owen Wilson so much.
I think Owen Wilson is so underrated.
Oh, absolutely.
Like, obviously he's funny guy. Like the problem is he gets bunched into the Will Ferrell's, the Adam Sandler, but in a respected way. It's not like a bad, because he does do those types of movies. But every movie I've seen him in that is serious, he's so good.
He's so good.
He puts off the vibes that he is somewhat classically trained. Like he did theater and shit. I mean, growing up,
and him being opposite Tom Hiddleston, that really shows.
Yeah, I think he grew up like he's like, I'm acting, but he's also a funny guy, and then was like, oh, one, bigger paycheck, and two, maybe more fun. Like maybe I'm sure him and Vince Vaughn are friends.
They have to be at this point.
At least they were. Yeah, for sure. For at least a decade, they were good friends.
Yeah. Do you watch The Internship?
Yeah, I mean when it came out, I don't really remember.
Average.
Yeah,
but like fun. I do think we should talk about the scene that's been ravaging the internet.
Before we go there, I will say Wedding Crashers overrated. Very funny movie.
I agree. Definitely not Owen Wilson's best.
No, probably not even Vince Vaughn's. I mean, obviously the remake of Psycho is Vince Vaughn's best performance.
Did you see that Owen Wilson shot down the Wedding Crashers too?
I vaguely remember hearing about that.
Like I was like, he was on doing press for Loki, and he's like, yeah, it's probably not happening.
Yeah, I think, Wedding Crashers is just one of those movies that I feel like guys specifically, and probably girls too, see it at the perfect age of being like in between the ages of 14 and 21. They're like, this is the fun. Like it's same thing as like Hangover and Anchorman, where it just like is really funny and a good movie, but then just gets its hooks in your brain and you're just NPC mode of like, oh, like in Anchorman when he says it's science, or like, oh, this is he's carrying a baby and he's wearing sunglasses, and like it's just, I don't know. I think it's just overrated and people suck everywhere.
Okay, going back to Loki, the scene where he is watching his mom, dad, and everybody die and himself die. That emotion in that scene, so much stronger than anything Elizabeth Olsen did, I believe, and the Sebastian Stan Wakanda scene, where he's crying about whatever. Mm-hmm. That one's at least closer, but people are comparing the scene from the WandaVision finale, where she's in the space and starts crying when she gets to the location of the house that he had on the note, and she cries out and creates Westview.
Oh, right, right.
The Bucky scene and then that Loki scene. Tom Hiddleston has I always forget how much I respect that man as an actor, because he has so much range, and it hurt when he was watching those flashbacks.
Yeah,
or flash forwards for him technically.
Yeah, I think
the Bucky one's definitely in the conversation still.
Yeah, I mean the problem is for me, it's all so different.
Yeah.
Not even like the situations, not their performances. I think no matter how good of an actress or actor you get in Scarlet Witch's situation, it's always going to feel a little flat, because there's something in our human brains that disconnect about, one, Vision not being human, and two, the like surreal amount of fiction that it is. Yeah. Same thing with Bucky's thing, is there's a lot of fiction woven in it.
Whereas all Loki's is just seeing.
It's just losing people, which everyone. It's a much more human. So I think shout out the writing in addition to Tom Hiddleston. Like I'm not saying Tom Hiddleston. I'm not taking any. He still gets his florals, his flowers.
And I agree 100%. The only reason I brought it up was because I've seen so many tweets that are screenshots of those three scenes, and like all of them need an Emmy.
Well, Marvel fans are dumb.
Yeah.
Anything that's as big as Marvel is going to have a large
percentage of loud dumbasses.
The vocal percentage is dumb. Of anything. Honestly, one of you watching this is dumb.
One of the 12 of you.
Yeah.
Figure it out amongst yourselves.
Arguably 4 of the 12 of you. That's just percentage-wise. We'll say 3. That's a fourth. I think that's a safe thing to say.
I mean, I do only go 5.
I honestly bet we only have 1 or 2 dumb listeners, because I feel like the ratio goes down with the lower number. If we had 6 million viewers, I'd say
half.
I'd say 3 to 4 million were idiots, just complete. All of them morons are listening to us. God damn. But yeah, the small, like if we imagine a world where we got 50 viewers.
I would like to imagine that.
Reach into the deepest realms of fiction and imagine we got 50 views on a video. I'd say probably like 20. 15 to 20. Just absolute morons.
Just absolute. Just
irredeemably
numbskulls.
stupid.
Nothing's in there.
Disrespectfully broken in the brain.
Nice.
That might be better wording to choose. I don't know.
What is your... let's keep talking about Loki.
Okay.
Theory about Loki. Just anything.
I think... probably the Loki that is... Well, I was curious because the stained glass thing made me think like, oh, are we going to get like crazy demon Loki? Like he's all... But it also could just be his helmet has horns and it's just as simple as like a shadowy figure looks scary type of thing. That's probably more likely, even though it's not Mephisto definitely, but could be possibly.
I think there's still a possibility of Mephisto.
I think what if Loki is Mephisto? Like Tom Hiddleston is playing Mephisto.
That would be interesting. If he... I don't want him to be Loki.
Yeah. But it's like a version.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That could be interesting just because Tom Hiddleston's great. I'm down with that. But I do want... When Mephisto is inevitably introduced to the MCU... The one thing I don't want is I don't want him to be like a Thanos level villain because that's not who Mephisto is.
His background.
Mephisto's background, and when he's interacting with characters, it's specific characters. He messes with Doctor Strange. He messes with Spider-Man. He doesn't like try world-ending events.
No, because he doesn't need to.
No, because people dying is his like.
Yeah.
And like, have you ever read the one where he has the casino in Vegas?
No, the only one I've really read with Mephisto is the Spider-Man Another Day or whatever it's called.
He traps Steven in a casino in Las Vegas that looks like
Stephen Strange.
Yes.
Okay.
That looks like it's a normal casino, and then you walk in and it's
the
his
White
casino.
Lotus.
Exactly. Or the Olympus.
But
yeah, it's so like stuff like that, like where it's like, because he's much more of a one-on-one villain, and and I'm sure they'll tie him into Wanda somehow. Eventually, just because of how much that was speculated.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't want.
Do
him
you
rushed.
think the Loki, the time remnant Loki we are dealing with as our protagonist, our surrogate, do you think he survives the season, or do you think he sacrifices himself, or just gets put back in his normal timeline to then die?
I don't know, because I'm pretty sure we're confirmed for season 2. Is that correct information that I have?
I have no idea. I didn't think any Marvel stuff
I
had
don't know if
confirmed.
it's confirmed. I think it's talked about. So it was leaked that there was a season 2. So
I'm not willing yet.
I don't know. We don't believe it, but how interesting would it be if every season we follow a different remnant or variant? Sorry, not remnant.
So do you mean like the the variants that we meet along this season?
Like what if
we get a Lady Loki season 2?
Yeah, what if next season is Lady Loki?
I mean, I'm okay with that as long as whoever they pick to be the next is good. Yeah. In fact, maybe they wait to even write the season until audience reception. So I would say the first episode of Loki is better than the first episode of Game of Thrones.
I would also agree with that.
Which is an episode of television I have watched both of.
Have you watched the first episode of Game of Thrones?
Yeah. Didn't like it.
So you just didn't watch the rest of it?
Oh, I didn't like the whole show. That being said, is that enough Loki for today?
I think that's enough Loki. I'm excited for what's to come.
To what?
What's to come?
What's to what?
Come. A broken clock comes twice a day.
I'm horny. Anyways. Cruella?
Yes, I did see Cruella. And maybe it was
Girl Boss the movie? Villain Girl Boss the movie.
Maybe it was just the hype of being back in the movie theater for the first time in over a year.
And there's nothing wrong with enjoying a movie.
No. I was about to say, but like I very much enjoyed it, and I think it's the right. I have not enjoyed a single live action Disney movie of the remakes up until this one.
This is the first one.
It's a combination of Emma Stone being a fantastic actress.
Sure.
She plays
actor.
Sorry. She plays she plays Cruella in a way that I wish Joaquin Phoenix played the Joker.
Ladies and gentlemen, these are the hot takes you've tuned in for. My goodness.
It's very much a persona that's very interesting.
Okay.
But she kills it.
Emma Stone confirmed for Joker 2.
Joker on Earth 2, as in the Martha Joker.
Oh,
Down with that. Mark
Damn,
Strong is in it.
Real quick
Yeah.
pause. If you get Emma Stone to be Joker from Earth 2, or is it Earth 2 canonically, or Flash? Let's just say Flashpoint. Let's say Flashpoint, Joker, female Joker, Martha Joker. Who do you get to be Thomas Wayne?
Andrew Garfield.
No. Nope. I'd refuse. Thomas Wayne.
I mean, I love Jeffrey Dean Morgan as Thomas Wayne.
Yeah, but
Is he
he's
too old?
not age appropriate for Emma Stone. Because Emma Stone, obviously, you'd age her up, but
Yeah.
I feel like there is also a youthfulness to Joker that's kind of creepy. Like you don't really ageless more so.
Ben Affleck. Ben Affleck would have been a better Thomas Wayne Batman than a Bruce Wayne Batman.
I wholeheartedly agree with that.
I can't think of anybody, because that's the thing about Thomas Wayne's Batman though, is he's older. He has the older vibes.
He does have the older vibe. So, dude, this is maybe out of pocket, but George Clooney.
If you're saying that Thomas, I was going to say Thomas Wayne. Jeffrey Dean
know.
Morgan is too old.
Then obviously,
Then George Clooney
he's too old as well.
Too old as well, but
just on the
don't hate
subject,
it.
yeah.
But only if Alma is Martha Wayne.
I don't
Joker.
think he would ever go back.
No. No, he gets asked in interviews if if he would play a gay character, and he always says that he did when he was Batman. Which is just okay, George Clooney.
Canonically, I'm okay with that for that universe. That just him and Robin were.
Yeah. I mean, Robin was an almost 30-year-old man.
Yeah, so it's totally
Yeah.
chill. Yeah, it's not even weird. Okay, no, but Thomas Wayne to Emma Stone, I would cast. Part of me almost said Aaron Taylor Johnson. I don't know why. I think I was just thinking of like that class of age.
Yeah.
Um,
Jeremy Renner.
No, God no. I think you do kind of have to go bulky.
Yeah,
Like a
for
little
sure.
bit more brawny
Yeah.
than your classic Batman. Which Ben Affleck, great point. We can move on.
But no, Cruella. I did not watch it on my family had watched it on Disney Plus, and I did not, because like, oh, we'll see it in theaters. And I am so glad I did, because the soundtrack goes so hard. There's a
Interesting.
car chase set to Queen's Stone Cold Crazy that is just so good.
Very cool.
And then there's some really good actors that like you don't expect. Like the guy who played one of her cronies, fantastic. I think he was in Game of Thrones at one point. Which
he
you
was
know,
probably from the Dothraki wedding.
yeah,
Right. Yeah.
And then Mark Strong shows up.
Very cool.
But this isn't a spoiler. There's a flashback, and Mark Strong has hair.
CG or wig?
I think wig.
Okay.
I was too caught off guard because it's like 3 seconds that he's on screen, but like just the strangest thing.
Very strange. It'd be like seeing Vin Diesel with a
with hair.
with hair.
Yeah.
So does this movie? Does it make her apologetic?
No.
Because doesn't her parents get killed by Dalmatians or something weird?
So what it is I mean, slight spoiler.
Okay. I'm probably not going to see this. I've
Okay.
not seen any live action Disney movie.
This is gonna be 60 seconds of spoilers for Cruella.
You heard it here first.
So the whole time she's up against this other fashion designer, she's trying to usurp her.
Mhm.
And it turns out that's her real mom.
Oh.
And she got rid of her and gave her to this nurse that worked with her, and then the nurse is killed by the Dalmatians to cover up the tracks by this lady. She uses her dog whistle and makes the Dalmatians.
Damn. Okay.
Yeah, so it's not just the Dalmatian, because like you see that clip out of context, and
Yeah.
it's very much, but it does not, because like it's the whole thing is her whole life she was told not. Her name's Estella. She was told not to be Cruella because she would bully kids and stuff. She was told her mom would tell her, don't be Cruella, lock Cruella away. But then
Did the song Estella by Kenny Hoopla play?
yes, no.
Oh, I was like, let's go.
But then when she's doing it, she becomes Cruella, and then they kill off like she's like becoming this evil persona, and,
Right.
and everybody around her is like, "Hey, we like the normal you," and she's like, "Nah."
I'm a bad bitch now.
Yeah, but then there's already a sequel confirmed, and the sequel's gonna be the way it ended is obviously gonna be a retelling of 101 Dalmatians, which I'm fine with.
Interesting.
It's so much. Did you watch the Maleficent movies? You said you didn't watch any of them.
I have not seen any live action.
Suck.
My oh my.
They're so bad. There's like weird rape allegory in it. Like it's rough. And
Zack
Holocaust
Snyder
stuff.
joint.
Yeah, like
Double
it's,
Zack Snyder joint.
Yeah.
Oof.
In the Heights.
Yes,
You also saw a picture this week.
I saw moving fit pictures in the theater. I did not see Cruella. I saw In the Heights, which I was greeted with a trailer for the movie I was going to see before the movie, because we need that now. They went through the regular trailers.
Wait.
Yeah, so I saw a trailer for like Free Guy, the other stuff, who knows. And then you get the AMC thing of like, buckle your seatbelt, get your popcorn, blah, blah, blah. And then the Dolby Vision thing. Also, shout out Dolby Vision. That was tight. Yes, the projector is still on. Classic. Also, every time it goes black, I whisper to whoever I'm with, or if I'm by myself, I just say it out loud. I go, is the projector still on? And then it goes, whom. And then it says, yes, the projector is still on. And it never gets old. It especially never gets old because I say it no matter who I'm at the movie with. And I've been doing it for years.
That's so funny.
It's really good. Like, if I have gone to a movie with you and you're in the comments, blast in the comments.
That's really funny.
Obviously, only Dolby movies. Anyways, after the Dolby Vision's done, normally the movie starts. No. We get Lin-Manuel Miranda right in front and center with a little text box that says Lin-Manuel whatever. And he's like, hey guys, I just made this rap musical and I'm super cool and you want to see this movie? Here's a trailer. And it shows a 30-second trailer, then cuts to the director talking about how he's glad that we're back at the movies. Then it shows the executive producer and she goes, you know, this year's been really hard and we're glad that you made it through with us. And it's like, no, fuck all three of you. No, y'all all live in LA or New York in some nice... fuck off, you Ellen motherfuckers. I hate you.
Did Lin-Manuel Miranda not direct it?
No, he just wrote it. He's like a producer slash
gross.
creator, I think.
No, but when I went and saw the movie too, that it was this whole like the Dolby intro where it was like, "We're so glad the movies are back. This last year has been hard." It's like, yeah, sure, but that's not why I'm here. Don't remind me. Just show me the red carpet rolling out.
Exactly. I don't give a shit. I know it's been hard. I lived it. Like we all did, and. There's nothing more frustrating than Gal Gadot singing that Beatles song, and that's what every time someone like that
for downfall.
Yeah, every time someone like that, like whoever, even like I didn't know who the director was, I didn't know who the executive producer was. Like I hear them saying that, and I'm like, no, get off my no. You got to make this movie. Fuck off and take your check. Also, okay movie, but. Yeah, sorry if that was a little aggressive, but it was really dumb, and I also hate seeing trailers right before watching the movie. That being said, an okay movie. I think I will eat my words if this is based on a true story, but if this was just written fictionally, like 100% fictional, bad. Just bad decisions everywhere. But if it's based on real events, then okay.
Let's look that up right now.
Yeah.
Let's do a live look up. I know it's based off of a Broadway play.
Lin-Manuel
Miranda did not. I don't think he wrote the Broadway play, did he?
I have no idea. I'm not a Lin-Manuel Miranda guy, but I was a guy born in the Heights of Washington Heights and in New York, and I'm a rapper.
Is it based on a true story? They're not based on a true story. Well, Miranda drew on some real-life experiences for inspiration. In the Heights and its characters are not based on a true story. Did he write the Broadway play?
Probably. Okay, so it is not based on a true story, therefore, bad story. It was fine. It was just that the main plot was very simple.
He composed it. He didn't write it. Why are we acting like he...
Because he loves sucking his own...
It says it's playwright. I'm not going to try to pronounce it because I will butcher their name. But the playwright is very clearly a different name, and then composer is Lin-Manuel Miranda. This is an anti-Lin-Manuel Miranda podcast. I don't like
Friend
being,
of the pod, Andrew Levins, has already brought Lin-Manuel Miranda to be one of the memes of the year. Rightfully so. He is a meme. He's not even. I don't take him seriously in any sense of the way.
I don't like being negative about people.
I love being negative.
But Lin-Manuel Miranda is I'm like, thinking about him makes me actually angry.
He is one of those people that I think if I met him in real life, I would just kind of look at him and go, nah. I wouldn't be mean, but I would just be like,
he's a famous person that if I saw, I'd be like, oh, it's Lin-Manuel Miranda, and then walk the other way.
I would, if I was in a good mood, I would ask to get a selfie with him and then ask him to do the lip bite. And I would not take a photo. I would probably be recording the video and be like, hey, can you bite your lip?
I was once asked, I don't remember who asked me this because this is a dark question. They said, if you could erase one famous person's career from existence, what would it be?
Zack Snyder.
Mine was immediately Manuel Miranda.
It's not a bad one.
Because the amount of...
Lin-Manuel Miranda has had less impact on things I love, though.
Hamilton got really popular my senior year of high school. And, just the most obnoxious...
I could understand how, yeah. But yeah, enjoyable. A good musical, good choreography, and good just big set pieces.
Yeah. Even in the trailer, when they're in the pool, it was that looks cool.
Yeah, it was just big and well done.
Yeah, well done.
Bombastic.
Exactly, yeah.
I think it was a good movie, except for any time that any of the male singers got a solo line, because it was just Lin-Manuel Miranda going, I'm a boy in Washington Heights, and I am rapping like this and talking kind of funny, and this is Lin-Manuel Miranda, and it sucks. But all the other music, well done. Any group singing good. Plot, pretty weak, but whatever. It's a musical. Doesn't need to be that deep. Some very unnecessary deaths that were just out of nowhere, made no sense for the plot, but was just to make characters sad and forget about a previous thing that happened.
So, if West Side Story didn't move characters' lives forward before killing them off?
Yes, exactly. It's literally a character you're introduced to, and then 10 minutes later, they die to invoke an emotional reaction for a certain character.
Yeah, and it's one of those where it's the main characters are the only ones that matter. All of these side characters are just tools to push the other characters forward.
And it didn't do anything to the plot after that one moment. And it was just... I don't know. I literally made a joke. I was like, she better not... that would make no sense if she died right now. Then a character dies, and it's like... Well, here we are. And then you never hear about that character again for the rest of the movie. And it's just... Yeah. Also, real quick, the main character goes on a date with the love interest to a club to dance because musical. And this dude... This bigger, more attractive looking dude comes up and he's like, "What's up, shorty?" Or says something to the girl. He's like, "You want to dance with me?" And she goes, "Oh no, I'm okay. I have a date." And then the main character's like, "No, it's cool." I don't know what his logic was, but she literally said no. Didn't want to dance. And he's like, "No, go ahead."
She wasn't like, "Well, only if my date says so."
Right. No, she just said, "No, I'm good. I'm here with him." And then he was like it was the weird reverse he was gaslighting himself or something. I don't and then
he was setting himself up to be like, "Well, you dance with that guy at the club."
No, and then that's what happens. So she goes and dances, and so she goes dancing with the guy. It becomes a musical number where everyone around them is just dancing and she's singing, and then the guy's like, "Man, she's dancing with other guys," and then his friend is like, "Well, you should go dance with another girl to make her jealous." And it's like, no. This is not Sweet Life of Zach and Cody. This isn't, Growing Pains. This is so stupid. This is not how humans work. You don't just make people jealous. And 2, you told her to go dance with him.
That's the most Lin-Manuel Miranda bullcrap I've ever seen.
Thank you.
Oh, that's such a joke.
No, and then... they're dancing, and then finally the musical number ends. He had been twerking with some other chick, and she was doing flips over another guy, and then they're in the middle together, and she's like, "I owe you a dance," and everything's cool. They're like, "Oh, okay, cool. Now it's their turn to dance, maybe a slow song," and then he's like, "Oh yeah. Let me get you a drink. You want shots? I can get shots." And she's like, "No. Let's just dance." He's like, "I'm gonna go get us a shot." Goes to the bar to get a shot. Power goes out. There's a blackout in the city. And then everyone gets separated. They're running and screaming. They're in the streets. They get separated.
Are they in the Heights?
They're in the Heights, and 4 of the people are together. They can't find the girl because she was on the dance floor alone. Then they finally link up. She's like, "You left me alone on the dance floor, and I was lost, and like ditched me in the blackout." And he was like, "Well, you were shaking your ass on every guy in the Heights, so I don't even know what." Literally gets mad at her for.
Is that the actual line too?
Yes.
On every guy in the Heights?
He says you were. This is not exact verbatim, but he used the term "shaking your ass on." Multiple guys in the I forget the terming, but he said some sort of number of men in the Heights. But he also said
the title of the film.
Yes, yeah. The titular line was slut shaming her for something he told her to do.
That's rough.
That writing, yeah.
That's again the most Lin-Manuel Miranda thing I've ever. And like that's just one. It's like just stick with Broadway stuff.
Maybe just quit.
While you're ahead, you did Hamilton, and you
honestly,
made.
You peaked.
I mean, Hamilton's not even that good.
I've never seen it, and I will never.
Neither have I, but like I've heard the music, and I don't like it.
Dude, the thing about Hamilton is that it's actually the worst.
Just period.
Worst form of media and content.
Yeah, and also it's very historically inaccurate.
Well, that I'm okay with.
No,
I think history should be rewritten in every sense of the term.
I mean, okay. Just want to end it with that.
I think we should have Lin-Manuel Miranda and Zack Snyder write a musical about the nightmare sequence.
Could you imagine if not even just Zack Snyder directed a movie that Lin-Manuel Miranda wrote?
Oh my God. I'd probably kill myself.
Take the script from In the Heights, but have Zack Snyder direct it instead, and not a musical.
Oh my God. I think that's enough.
Tune in next week when we talk about
Hamilton.
You gonna do a live watch of Hamilton next week?
Yeah, live on TikTok. Good night.
Bye.